Listen, Sandra, it's going to be very hard to pick the winner on looks here because the fillies at this time of the year, Jen, always look spectacular.
Well, they do, and their coats are gleaming in this wonderful sunshine that they've got here at Flemington today. I think it's a tough race, but obviously there has to be a winner, and we'll try and find it for you.
Yes, and we'll certainly look at this race from an Oaks point of view as well, because with Inner Flurry having broken down and Sunline not coming here, it really is a very open Oaks this year, and so we're going to have to keep a close eye on these fillies. And let's start them off with Grand Archway number 1. Opie Boston, the champion young New Zealand rider, takes them out for Graham Rogerson.
Well, she's on trial at the 2,000 metres here. You go back to her Caulfield run, she sat second, and I thought she was no match for the winner on that occasion, but beaten by a very good horse. That was a good effort. I think she's got to be left there. I think she's got a bit of class about her.
I like the way Rosa War's coming on here, Jen. Trained by Lee Freedman. Damien Oliver is the rider. Nice gate in gate number 7. I thought her run in the 1,000 guineas was very good. And then she beat a pretty handy field at Moonee Valley.
Yeah, she's not an overly tall filly, but she's well put together. Her half-sister to Mr. Vitality, who was the horse of the year in Hong Kong, and out of an Oaks winning mare. She's got to be left there with a very good chance. I think she's just coming good now, and the distance will suit her. I
saw Confer work out here at Breakfast with the Stars the other morning. Shane Dye rides for Clary Connors. Let's see what tote punters have been doing with her. She opened up at $14.20. She's now $13.20, so as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, she's come in $1, and I don't think she's without an each-way chance.
No, there's not much of her,
no.
Confer, that's for sure. The 2,000 metres should suit her, and I do think she's probably the best Sydney filly. I'll leave her there with some chance in the race.
Rose of Day, number 5, another one from the Freedman stable, to be ridden by Greg Hall and carrying the famous Doremus colours. And she's nice and calm in the yard, and she's a talented filly.
Yes, the extra distance should also be in her favour as well. She's likely to get back in this event, and she should be running on towards the end. She's a definite chance in the race.
What about Oaks Dream, one of Peter Hayes' representatives today? Greg Childs is the rider. Wasn't a bad effort when third behind Del Quarren at Moonee Valley at the night meeting.
Yes, and carried 58 kilos there, so a big weight drop for her today with 53 kilos. She did get a little bit of a check and drop back to midfield in that event. Hooked out on the turn. I thought she kept going quite okay. It's D-Day for her, really.
No Alimony is very popular here, Jen, and the Moonee Valley run, I think, is the reason. She got back. She was second last and wide. Really ran on pretty well. Forced very wide on the home turn. Finished off her race nicely.
Yeah, she looks quite a classy filly. The 2,000 metres does look perfect for her, and she'll be quite hard to beat.
What about Bart Cummings' runner here, Zaza Bell, number 12, with Jimmy Cassidy aboard? You won't be able to miss it in the run. The famous saintly colours.
Yes, and I'm not exactly sure what happened to her at Caulfield last start. Just a query over that particular run. The extra distance should suit her, and obviously in a good staying stable, so there was some chance.
And yours, interest only at big odds, had no luck in the last 500 metres at Moonee Valley. Wasn't the worst run by a long way.
No, and her run before that was also very good at Flemington, so I've given her a chance at odds.
Let's have a look at the tote figures as they stand, as these fillies go to the 2,000 metre start for the Qantas Wakeful Stakes, Dan.
Still double figure odds for Grand Archway, Pete. Rose of War, a solid favourite here, $3.20. $12 Confer, $7 Rose of Dane, which is number 5. She's out to good odds. One of the top picks for Thursday's Oaks. Curio Jade, say good morning. Oaks Dream, all at decent odds. Oaks Dream the most fancied of that trio. No Alimony at $5.50. Zaza Bell at $12.40 from the Cummings camp, and My Jasper, trained by Anthony Cummings, at $23, wearing the shadow roll today. That's the scene on the tote as we link up with Tim Gossage in the betting ring.
Dan, thanks very much. Well, they only want one, basically number 2, Rose of War. Everything else has got the drifts in the betting ring. The bookmakers stand to lose plenty if Rose of War salutes. It's the only one they're back. But Jen Chapman, the coat tugger, did come past and say, have something on interest only to run a play, so you might be on the money.
Let's have a look at the 2,000 metre start here, Tim, and they've got a long run down to the first corner, 600 metres. So with the scratching of Haywire, we've got a field of 14. Most of these fillies should have a position, and there are the selections. Interest only at the value from Jen. Rose of War from Richard, John, Gary and myself. Grand Archway from Dan Malicki. The fillies are going to the stalls. Traditional lead-up to the Crown Oaks Stakes. It's the Qantas Wakeful Stakes. First leg of the Flemington Quaddie, and as they go to the stalls, we will take a break, and then we'll come back with all the action here at Fabulous Flemington.